What is a 401k, 403b, or IRA? Do you understand what it is and have one? Let's break them down in today's lesson. The 401k or the 403b is the same. They're old products and everyone's doing it, but it's not the place you want to park your money if you want a safe, guaranteed growth, tax-free retirement. The 401k, as I'll call it moving forward to save time, are invested in mutual funds run by fund managers. Between a rating of 1, meaning you know nothing at all, and 10, meaning you know everything there is to know about your 401k, how would you rate your knowledge? I usually get a pretty low answer when I ask this question, and rightfully so. We are told this is a great retirement vehicle for the day we no longer want to, or even worse, can't earn income anymore because of health issues. So the 401k goes in pre-tax dollars of your gross income from your paycheck. Net is the income after taxes, right? So your 401k is a taxed later fund. Ted Banna created the 401k in 1978. He has been quoted on many occasions saying that he wishes he could blow the 401k up and start the whole thing all over again. And that is what all of your friends and family are invested into. I'll add a link to his interview in the comments section here below. The 401k grows and shrinks in variable accounts called mutual funds. Variable in the dictionary is defined as unreliable, unstable, and unpredictable. Mutual funds and stocks are variable accounts. Would you let your kids drive, or would you buy a car that's unstable, unreliable, and unpredictable? Do you want to shoulder the burden of the risk if it's not necessary to do so? To take a simple example, let's say you have $100,000 in your 401k invested in these limited option mutual funds, and the next year the mutual funds invested in go up 50%. How much would you have? You'd have $150,000, correct? How much would you have if the year after that the funds dropped 50%? If you had $1.50 and you had to split it with your friend, you'd each get 75 cents, right? So yes, you would have $75,000 after a 50% drop. So that means after 3 years of investment, you'd be down a significant amount after 3 years, and we find those who are ready to retire end up losing way more than they can recover from. I got into this business after learning of these benefits. My own father, at age 71, came to me upset that his 401k had gone from $278,000 down to $235,000. He lost $43,000 in a very short time. And he said to me that he's too old to shoulder that financial burden, and told me to find him a solution because he was bleeding money from his nest egg, his only cash reserve. There's nothing wrong with investing in stocks, which is what a mutual fund is, a whole bunch of stocks in a big bucket. Let's face it, for most people who invest with emotions, it's a gamble. Feel free to gamble a portion of your money that you can afford to lose, but don't gamble your money that you plan on retiring with, living with, surviving with in the future. So returning back to the tax later portion of the 401k, you have penalties to deal with if you have a life event and you need this money before you reach age 59 and a half, and that's a 10% penalty. Then on top of that, you have a 30% federal and 10% state tax for a total 50% of your retirement income gone. What if you had the alternative to growing that same money but pay the tax when it's a small amount in the beginning during your making money or income generation phase? I like to compare this to the seeds a farmer buys, then to pay the taxes on the farmer's harvest after the seeds or money has grown. Statistics show that 92% of Americans end up pulling some, if not all of their 401k prior to the 59 and a half age. Not because they want to, but because they had to. Life happens. But let's say you forgot about the money or was a part of the 8% who didn't touch it. The new retirement age is 72 years old. And if you don't take your distributions starting at the age of 72, then you can expect a penalty of 50%. Ouch. On top of that, you still have to pay the IRS and the state the taxes of that which most people predict will go higher in the future, not lower. By the way, the penalty is called an RMD, or required minimum distribution. But let's say you do everything right and you take the distributions out at age 65. You still have to give Uncle Sam and the state between 40 and 50% or more, depending on how much taxes go up. When the 401k was invented by Mr. Banna, as mentioned before in 1978, the tax rate was 70%. How does knowing all this make you feel about your 401k, knowing whatever it is now, you'll have to slice it in half because you can't avoid the tax man. When I learned about all this, I stopped contributing to my own 403b because I work for a nonprofit, and my head of the business office told me, "You're missing out on free money." If they wanted to give me free money, they would have put it in my paycheck. The reality is that every penny the company contributes to your 401k matching is 100% a tax write-off for your company. That's why they like to make it sound like they're giving you free money. The government knows they'll be collecting that money from you later when you're no longer earning it and need it to live off of it. If you are contributing more than what the company matching amount is, they'll be taking half of that amount as well. And if all that I just shared with you isn't enough, every single year the fund managers of your mutual funds take out a portion as a percentage of your retirement money as an additional fee. So whatever funds that they stuck you with because you're limited in choices, if they go up or if they go down, it doesn't matter. The fund managers take a piece of your hard-earned money. Would you pay someone to manage your money if they lost a whole bunch of it if you had a choice? Knowing this, if you had a choice, would you keep investing into your 401k if there was an alternative? I do what I do as a licensed financial professional because I share the alternatives to this madness. Every person is different, as are their situations, and you must qualify for many of these fund options. Don't you owe it to yourself and your family to know how to secure their and your futures? Let's see if we can roll over the 401k, 403b, or IRA into something that doesn't have any of these negatives shared in this presentation. When you meet with me, you're under no obligations at all. If I don't present you with an option that's better than what you currently have, then the worst case scenario is you walk away learning something new. Let's schedule a 30-minute Zoom call to see what we can do. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to comment below or send me a message from the healthwealthandrealestate.com website on the Get in Touch link at the top of the page, and please like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future educational videos. I look forward to speaking with you very soon.